As the world plunged into war in August 1914, Europe became a battleground of empires. On the Western Front, German and French forces clashed in bloody confrontations, but in the East, another conflict was brewing. Here, on the vast plains of Eastern Europe, the Eastern Front would witness some of the most pivotal battles of the First World War. Between August 26th and 30th, 1914, the Battle of Tannenberg unfolded, a confrontation that would become one of the earliest and most significant victories for the Central Powers. It was a battle marked by brilliant strategy, tragic miscalculations, and immense human cost. In this episode, we delve into the events that led to the Battle of Tannenberg, the strategies employed by both sides, and the lasting impact of this pivotal moment in history. At the heart of the Battle of Tannenberg were four men whose decisions would shape the outcome of the conflict. On the German side, the Eighth Army was commanded by the seasoned General Paul von Hindenburg, a veteran of the Franco-Prussian War, who was brought out of retirement to lead Germany's defense in the East. At his side was Erich Ludendorff, a brilliant and ambitious strategist whose reputation was built on success during the early days of the war. Together, Hindenburg and Ludendorff formed a formidable command team, determined to defend East Prussia at all costs. Opposing them were two Russian commanders, General Alexander Samsonov and General Paul von Rennenkampf. Samsonov led the Russian Second Army, while Rennenkampf commanded the First Army. Both were experienced military leaders, charged with delivering a crushing blow to German forces in East Prussia. The Russian strategy was ambitious and seemingly foolproof. With two powerful armies advancing from the north and south, the Russians aimed to encircle and overwhelm the outnumbered German Eighth Army. The plan was simple. Rennenkampf's First Army would push westward from the north, while Samsonov's Second Army would strike from the south, trapping the Germans in a vice. However, the plan had a critical flaw. The vast distances between the two Russian armies, combined with poor communication and coordination, created vulnerabilities. Unbeknownst to the Russians, the Germans had intercepted their plans, giving Hindenburg and Ludendorff the intelligence they needed to exploit these weaknesses. By late August 1914, General Alexander Samsonov's Second Army had pushed deep into East Prussia. The Russian forces, confident in their numerical advantage, moved rapidly, eager to deliver a decisive blow to the Germans. But as they advanced, cracks began to appear in their strategy. As Samsonov's forces pressed forward, they became increasingly isolated from Rennenkampf's First Army to the north. Communication between the two Russian commanders was sporadic at best, plagued by outdated methods and the sheer distance between their forces. Unbeknownst to Samsonov, his army was advancing into a trap. The lack of coordination between the Russian armies left them vulnerable, and the Germans were quick to capitalize on this critical weakness. With intercepted Russian communications in hand, Hindenburg and Ludendorff recognized the opportunity before them. The German command swiftly concentrated their forces, executing a series of maneuvers designed to encircle Samsonov's army. Their strategy was as audacious as it was effective. The German counterattack was executed with speed and precision. Moving under the cover of night and taking advantage of their superior railway network, German forces closed in on Samsonov's flanks. By August 28th, the encirclement was nearly complete. Trapped and outnumbered, the Russian Second Army found itself in a desperate situation. Over the next 2 days, intense fighting ensued as Samsonov's men attempted to break out of the German encirclement. But with every passing hour, their situation grew more dire. Surrounded on all sides, with supplies dwindling and morale collapsing, the Russian Second Army was systematically destroyed. Tens of thousands of Russian soldiers were either killed or captured. The once mighty army was reduced to a broken remnant of its former strength. Realizing the full extent of the disaster and unable to face the Tsar with news of the catastrophic defeat, General Samsonov wandered into the woods and self-deleted. The Battle of Tannenberg had ended in complete disaster for Russia, marking one of the most crushing defeats of the entire war. As the dust settled from the catastrophic Russian defeat at Tannenberg, the German Eighth Army, emboldened by their victory, swiftly turned their attention to the remaining Russian forces in East Prussia. Just days after Tannenberg, from September the 2nd to 16th, 1914, the Germans launched the First Battle of the Masurian Lakes, aiming to expel General Paul von Rennenkampf's Russian First Army from German territory. Leveraging their superior railway network, the Germans rapidly redeployed their troops, catching the Russians off guard and pushing them back across their entire front. The battle was marked by intense engagements, with the Russians initially holding firm before succumbing to the relentless German assaults, leading to their eventual retreat from East Prussia. The German victory at the Masurian Lakes further shattered Russian military capabilities on the Eastern Front, resulting in the loss of up to 125,000 Russian soldiers, either killed, wounded, or captured. However, despite these losses, the Russian Empire's vast reserves meant that they could quickly replenish their ranks, preventing a complete collapse. The First Battle of the Masurian Lakes underscored the tactical brilliance of Hindenburg and Ludendorff, further solidifying their reputations as formidable military leaders. This battle, coming on the heels of Tannenberg, set the stage for a prolonged and bitter conflict on the Eastern Front, where the Russian and German armies would continue to clash in a war of attrition.